Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosu Tijani, to integrate Nigerian-made steel into the expansion of telecoms infrastructure such as masts. As you can see, the revival of the steel sector under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda is no longer about talk. It is about concrete action.
With a mandate to revive Nigeria's entire steel sector, the Honorable Minister has extended efforts beyond Ajaokuta, initiating bold steps to rehabilitate other assets across the country. The Jos Steel Rolling Mill, now Zuma Steel, the Aluminium Smelter Company of Nigeria, Alscon, Delta Steel Alada, now Premium Mines and Steel.
Mr. President in July 2024 issued a marching order for the resuscitation and full-scale operation of the Aluminium Smelter Company of Nigeria, Alscon, in Ikot-Abasi, Akwa Ibom State. In response to the directive of Mr. President, we have kick-started the resolution of all of these issues bedeviling the company, namely the legal impasse regarding the ownership of the company, competitive natural gas pricing as a gas-based industry, the dredging of Imo River for bulk haulage raw materials and finished goods, and the reconnection of the smelter plant to the national grid for export of excess power generated and as a backup power for sustainable operations. Consequently, the management of Alscon has submitted a proposal to invest the sum of $465 million over a 6-year period to achieve full capacity utilization of the plant. Our final report has now been forwarded to Mr. President for review. Beyond Alscon, we are reviving other legacy assets. The management of Delta Steel Company, now Premium Steel and Mines, has committed to begin rehabilitation and operations within 18 months, subject to availability of local raw materials. We are currently collaborating with the company to ensure that they receive all available geoscience data on the local raw materials in the country. Our goal is for these steel plants to be fully operational before the end of this administration's second term.
Strengthening Nigeria's steel industry goes beyond rhetoric, as it requires legal frameworks to drive the sector. The ministry has been engaging robustly with the National Assembly, pushing for vital regulatory frameworks that could shape the industry's future. 3 critical bills are now moving through the legislative process.
Robust engagements and collaboration with the National Assembly committees on steel development for the passage of the necessary regulatory frameworks for the entire steel sector is yielding fruits, following a stakeholders meeting held on 25 February 2025. 3 of our bills are at different stages for passage at the National Assembly, namely Methodological Industry Bill, which has passed the second reading at the House of Representatives, the National Methodological Training Institute Onitsha Establishment Bill has passed a third reading at the House of Representatives, and the amendment of the National Steel Council Act. These legislative bills, when passed, will help to reinforce regulatory enforcement within the sector.
At the heart of manpower development for the steel sector is the Metallurgical Training Institute in Onitsha, which produces skilled professionals in specialized fields such as welding and fabrication, foundry operations, mechanical maintenance engineering, and instrumentation and control. As Nigeria revives existing steel capacities and builds new plants, tackling the challenge of an aging workforce has become essential. To address this, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the Skill Development Bootcamp Training Program, which trained 700 Nigerian youths in its inaugural edition, selected from over 225,000 applicants. This initiative will run annually, expanding in 2026 to accommodate more participants. The Honorable Minister has also prioritized job creation within the sector. Within 2 years of assuming office, he engaged over 400 staff on ad hoc and permanent bases at their Jalkuta Steel Plant and other agencies within the Ministry of Steel Development, breathing life into the facility and providing opportunities for skilled workers. Additionally, he reconstituted the National Steel Council, inaugurated its new office, and brought in seasoned technical experts to guide policy and strengthen institutional capacity. Also driving the sector forward, the ministry is engaging with some development partners like United Nations Development Programme UNDP, United Nations Industrial Development Organization UNIDO, Afreximbank, and the Australian High Commission in Nigeria for their technical expertise and financial investment towards the growth and sustainable development of the steel sector, as it cannot rely solely on budgetary funding window and has sought the intervention of the development partners for support in key areas. Prince Shuaibu Abubakar Audu's impact extends far beyond the steel sector. Leveraging his ministerial position, he has continued to bridge the gap between government and the people of Kogi State through vital interventions he has long championed via the Prince Shuaibu Abubakar Audu Foundation, even before assuming office as minister. His steadfast commitment in advancing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda has earned him commendation from the concerned Northern Forum CNF, the coalition of 73 civil society organizations, for his efforts in reviving Nigeria's steel industry. Through his facilitation of the Presidential Conditional Grant Program, 10,000 beneficiaries across Kogi State's 3 senatorial districts received 50,000 naira each. This intervention was complemented by regular distributions of palliatives such as 10,000 bags of rice and fertilizers to farmers and financial assistance to communities across the state. Additionally, through his foundation, he sponsored the 2025 Joint Admission and Matriculation Board JAM registration fees for 1,000 indigents across Kogi's 3 senatorial districts. Demonstrating personal commitment, Prince Audu, alongside his wife, Hajia Sadiat Shuaibu Audu, visited Omala local government area in April 2024 following a violent attack on the community. He donated 10 million naira of his personal funds and provided relief materials to victims, reaffirming his determination to support efforts aimed at ending violence and restoring peace. A strong advocate of President Tinubu's renewed hope vision and economic reforms, Prince Audu convened an interactive session with Kogi East All Progressives Congress APC stakeholders at his country home in Ogbonicha, Ofu local government area on June 7, 2025. The session, which had thousands of people in attendance, highlighted President Tinubu's remarkable achievement to mobilize grassroots support for his 2027 re-election bid. Despite the daunting financial challenges confronting the steel industry, Minister Audu remains resolute in his mission to rejuvenate Nigeria's broader steel sector, determined to leave a lasting legacy in the nation's industrial history. Call him the man who dared to do the unthinkable in reviving Nigerian steel sector.